Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are working on day 4, and today's flower you may not have heard of, but it is called the lantana. And it's something that grows in my backyard. It's really cute, it's really fun, pretty easy, and I thought what a great filler flower to have in your repertoire. If you search online for an image of the lantana, you'll see that it's like a bush and it has all of these really cool flower clusters. And the flower clusters are made up of a bunch of tiny flowers. So I'm going through and I'm just creating these tiny little flower shapes. And I'm just creating fullness by continuing to go around and letting everything blend together. And what's cool about them is they can be lots of different colors, and they are usually multiple colors. So I have ones in my front yard that are yellow to pink, purple gradient. I also have this one where it's the yellow to orange to red gradient. So perfect for watercolor because we want to blend things out. So I started with a yellowy wash, and then I wanted it to gradually go into the orange color. So I have an orange wash and I'm letting that really bleed into the yellow. Now I'm doing my darkest color in the gradient, which is red, and I'm wanting to move fairly quickly because I want the red and the orange to kind of blend together. So I'm not quite as worried about the shape of these flowers, and I'm just moving quickly and I'm getting kind of a flowery shape without it being as specific as those yellow flowers were in the middle. Kind of that illusion that those red flowers are underneath, we just maybe can't see them quite as good. I added a little bit more orange to the center because I thought the yellow looked a little too stark for the gradient that we're trying to achieve. So these clusters of flowers are usually really close together, and so I painted another one really close and they will share the same stem. One of my most vivid childhood memories is actually when my sister and I were picking these flower clusters off of our lantana bush in our backyard, and I'm sure my mom was irritated. But then I look over and she was covered in ants because apparently there was an anthill right next to the bush, and she started crying and I was yelling ants to my mom and she sprayed her down with water. And anyway, I just find that so funny that that really is a memory that will always stick out so strong in my mind. But for these lantanas, again, the goal is to blend. They have such a nice gradient of colors. My favorites really are these yellow to orange to red. The pink and purple, though, really are gorgeous. You should totally look up a picture of those. And they come in all different sizes. Like some of your clusters can be bigger, like this one's bigger and the other one's a little bit smaller. And I'm obviously doing these flower shapes really loose and abstract. If you want to be more precise with your little flowers inside the clusters, go for it. The stems on these are really thin and smooth and they're really connected. So a lot of these clusters will be connected together and they have really nice big leaves. So I paint these bigger leaves in 2 strokes, using light pressure at the beginning of the leaf and at the end of the leaf, and using full body pressure of your brush towards the middle of the leaf, leaving a little bit of white space in between for the idea, the illusion of veining. And then after you do those 2 strokes, you can clean it up like I do there and just get it exactly how you want it. Now all of the little flowers in the cluster are connected by tiny little green stems, and so I add a little bit of green in those white spaces to give that illusion as well. And now that we are done practicing our lantana, I am adding them to our watercolor flower guide, and I really just think this is such a great flower to know about because it will add a lot of texture, a lot of interest and contrast with all of the possibilities for gradient variation. And we are all finished. Thank you for being here for day 4 of our watercolor flower guide doing the lantana. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 5. Bye.